Let's get it. Let's get it.
Well, I can't do it right now.
Okay, anytime, anytime. Let me know. I'm in Vegas, so like we can do this anytime. I'm happy for you. I know. Got your baby and everything. Yeah, yeah. So well, we can schedule something in between time and set up any place. Okay. Mic check, mic check. 212. It's Blair the Flair. We gonna do what it do.
Oh, there we go. I hear you now. All right, I hear you now.
Oh,
All right, here you go. How you
uh,
doing, Blair? Welcome to Brunch Boxing.
okay, okay. Brunch boxing, perfect. Blair the Flair's here. Never fear.
Now, listen. The last time the majority of the audience saw you, you were knocking a tooth out of Adrian Broner's mouth, and probably the biggest victory of your career, man. What went into that fight, and how were you able to get the job done against the veteran Adrian Broner?
Well, let's just really think about this in the sense of things. That was the biggest victory in the welterweight division in a long time, and it was extremely viral performance. I love the fact that like I was able to do exactly what I said I was going to do. I told you guys I wasn't going to knock him out. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna knock a tooth out. You know what I mean? And it happened. Um, Looking forward into these fights, these possibilities, I think that the possibilities is endless. All Blair the Flair need is one chance, one opportunity, and I will strike with vengeance. Blair the Flair is coming back bigger and better than ever before.
Now, there's been a lot of guys at 147 who, well, they're not calling your name now, but you got Alexis Rocha, you got guys like Rolly Romero. Obviously, tomorrow we're gonna have Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Who are the guys at 147 that you want to get into the ring with?
All of them. Blair the Flair is the people's champion. I want all the fights that the people want. The Rolly Romero fight is huge. I mean, he gets his style and his skills from me. He gets his uh his appearance from me. I am the originator. And why not make the fight happen? I mean, it's going to be a great attraction, and I look forward to seeing what would happen in that ring. But also outside, just the promotion itself it can sell. The Broner fight, it was really based around the promotion not taking care of things the way they could, and also not locking down a an actual television company. That fight was huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, are you still with Don King?
No, Blair the Flair is a free agent looking to
Oh
seize
wow,
any
breaking
and every
news.
opportunity.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay. Okay. Listen, I didn't know that. I assumed you were still with Don King. So for those out there who don't know, Blair the Flair Cobbs is a promotional free agent. Let's go.
Absolutely. Promotional free agent and a highly charismatic character that will shock the world once again.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, up until this last fight, what's been like your proudest moment of your career, like your best fight in your estimation?
um my biggest fight was my first breakthrough fight where I was a 16-1 underdog. My team was on shaky legs to such a degree where I had to get rid of my trainer because he didn't believe in me, and I fought with the new trainer with only 2 weeks of training together,
Wow.
and seized an opportunity with this guy that was considered a big fighter at the time, um, managed by Ronda Rousey, in front of a sold out Armenian crowd in the Avalon Center. The opponent was Ferdinand Karubian, an undefeated Olympian that was looking to just basically get me knocked off. Golden Boy thought I'd get knocked out and it'd be a really good, easy fight for him, and it didn't go the way they planned.
Now you've had some really good and interesting fights on Golden Boy. Why didn't that situation like continue to work out? Because it seemed like you were one of the few guys that they had that I, at least in my estimation, was a sellable fighter.
Because I am the people's champion. I've grown through the fire. I've built myself through the fire by myself with the fans. I built what we consider an actual brand. And the thing is, um, I just kept winning, and that was the problem. I kept winning, and that was the problem. And becoming more and more of a threat to all of Godamoy's stable. Alexis Rocha couldn't possibly beat me in a rematch in an actual fair fight. They give me a 1 week notice. I do what I did there, and then bounce back literally 3 months later and fight a even better fighter, a highly contested underdog that completely eradicated that loss with Maurice Hooker, and then give me 2 year layoff, and I end up beating Adrian Broner, who was not laid off, and not only just win, but look impressive while doing it, inside and outside the ring. I am a big threat to any and every major fighter in the division.
Now, do you ever feel like maybe from like the boxing public and even some within boxing that Blair Cobbs does not get the respect that he deserves?
Absolutely, but honestly, boxing ain't getting the respect that it deserves, and that's why I'm considered the people's champion, especially after the Broner's fight. I mean, who the hell wins a actual title labeled as the people's champion? And it only deems fit for somebody like me that tells it that like basically calls it what it is, call a spade, and never playing the idea of political justice, playing games and things like that. I usually make sure that I'm 100% fair and just speaking for the people.
Now, have you had any talks with any promotional outfits about maybe getting you some fights with them, like like a PBC or a Top Reg or even a Matchroom, Queensberry, anybody like that?
Absolutely. Look, I am willing to perform, show up, and show out for absolutely any promotion out there that deems me quality and is actually willing to work with me. Like, look, if I beat your best guy, are you going to consider me like your guy? Golden Boy, they kept giving me their toughest opponents, their toughest fighters, and I kept winning, and it just seemed like it wasn't good enough. I kept winning, and they just it just wasn't good enough. And they're like, okay, well, you're not Mexican enough, and we don't want you to fight Ortiz. I'm like, why? Because it's too risky. Ortiz will end up losing, and then we lost our Mexican fans. No, you didn't. Leather Flair has Mexican roots, Mexican heritage, Mexican background, but they keep losing it. They keep losing their good fighters that happen to not play the political agenda that they're looking at, and it's a shame that they didn't see the potential of a mega star in Blair the Flair.
Now you mentioned your Mexican background. You have a very interesting backstory. I know you're from Philly. You like grew up in Mexico. Like just for the people who are not all the way familiar with Blair's story, just tell the people your story.
My story is so unique and unbelievable that it would be something that would outshine even Rocky and Creed movies. I Yeah, yeah, like I've seen life as a rich kid. I've seen life as a poor kid. I've seen life as a homeless man. I've seen life built up from the ground up. I've seen life to a point where I had to dig deep in my spirit and find God and then have everything shift and changed around. I've seen life living as a cartel kid and then running away from the world, imagining life in better places while not seeing anything right. Um, getting getting kidnapped. All of this shit. I've seen everything, and it will be a hell of a story. Even now, you could write the whole story and just end it somewhere in the midst of Golden Boy, and it will still be the most inspiring story in the world.
Now, how does the Blair Cobb story end in the sport of boxing?
With my hand raised as the most exciting champion that boxing have ever seen, possibly the last. Boxing is in a really bad state, and there's very few fighters that is willing to fight anybody and build a big attraction inside and outside the ring. People are scared of me. I see fear in the eyes of my beholders. I see fear in the eyes of these promoters. I see fear in the eyes of these so-called champions that are really just email and paper champions. I see fear in all of them.
That is awesome, man. Listen. I believe in you. You know, you convinced me. You
Well,
definitely
let's
convinced
just
me, man.
let's just put it like this: one of the baddest dudes in the division would be considered Boots, right?
Yes.
But when you see him look me in my eyes, things look different, right?
See,
That's because he
so
know
here's the
me.
thing about that,
Yeah.
right? And this is like no knock to Boots or any of the fighters. For some reason, and I don't know why, it seems like they don't take you seriously, and they use that as an excuse not to fight you. If that makes sense to you.
Well, no, they take me very seriously, but that's the problem. See, the thing is,
Okay.
very few people know what I'm capable of. I grew through the trenches of Philadelphia's gyms. They knew of me before I even got here. They were praying that I would die off. They were praying that all the hurdles that have plagued me, because I don't have a conventional background, I don't have all of the glitz and glamour of having people that support me and groom me as a champion and build me up. I had to do everything myself. They were praying that I would disappear, but now I'm here. Look, there's a difference between having an ace in your hand and then having two jokers. Motherfucker, I'm the joker.
I'm a space
I
player, so
don't
I
care
do
about no damn
understand.
Batman.
Now, obviously, everyone's all descended upon the MGM Grand in Vegas. Saturday night, the legendary Manny Pacquiao returns against Mario Barrios. Do you have a prediction for that fight?
Not really. My only prediction is that right now, woo! Right now, the best thing in the world right now would be them actually having a really good fight. Um, Manny Pacquiao hasn't been looking great, but he looked great in the weigh-in. And we got to remember that Manny Pacquiao is a legend that could possibly show up and show out and give you guys a shooting star that of glimpse of exactly who he is. I mean, we've seen it a few times before with Sugar Ray Leonard. We've seen it with Roberto Duran, and we possibly could be seeing it again with Manny Pacquiao.
Now, the other big fight on the card, you got Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu rematch of their bloody war last year. Did you get a chance to watch that first fight?
Absolutely, we all saw that fight. Because it was very concerning. Somebody like this being so close to my weight class, nonetheless,
Hey, listen,
and being so tall, unbelievably tall. Matter of fact, that don't make any sense at all. He's like broke the realms of physicality. I like,
yeah.
and he made weight underweight. It's a bit strange. This ain't even like a Tommy Hearns. This motherfucker is like 3 or 4 inches taller than. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what this guy is, what type of food he's been taking, what type of supplements he's been taking. This man is different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know where he comes from. He must have been created in a lab.
Hey, you see his sister too. They both were created in the lab. His sister is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
is the same way.
Gorgeous, but incredibly tall and incredibly tough to beat as a fighter.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. What's your prediction for their fight on Saturday?
Man, I just think that Pandora is such a unbelievable task that only people in the that breaks the realms of like of structure can beat somebody like Fundora. You'll have like people like me. You have to have somebody that's kind of like a freak of nature, highly creative, that kind of breaks the boundaries of a conventional mold to beat somebody like Fundora. I would wager somebody like me, Keith Thurman, would be able to beat somebody like Fundora. You have to have somebody that breaks the realms of everything. That's quirky, that's awkward, that's elusive, and that's creative in the ring. I just don't believe that Tim Zoo is that person.
Okay, okay. Could you see yourself at 154?
I mean, yeah, I think I can see myself at 54, given the right fight. Why not? Why not Keith Thurman? Why not make the big fight happen with Keith Thurman? Two highly promotable characters. Obviously, Keith would probably get a slight edge in the bets because Keith is Keith Thurman. He's one-time Keith Thurman. That's absolutely obliterated his last opponent, and then
Yeah.
and not only that, he has a lot of skill, a lot of technique, and a lot of experience. But then you have the wild card, the Joker, and you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. It
How
seems like
soon?
the only person in the whole goddamn world would call a tooth, and it happens. Who does that?
How soon can we see Blair Cobbs back in the ring?
Hopefully, very soon. I'm always in shape, and I'm always ready. And look, I would love to fight in September against any top fighter in or around my division. Let's just make the fight happen.
Yeah, I agree with it. Listen, man, I appreciate you for taking the time to join us, man. This has been a real treat for me, man. Like we're big fans of yours. We love what you do. We love the energy that you bring to the sport of boxing every single time, man. Can we just get a woo for the brunch boxing audience?
Absolutely. Well, you're watching the Brunch Boxing, and you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair the Flair for more exciting content. Official BlairTheFlair.com. Woo! Blair the Flair, the most exciting man in boxing.
Let's go. That was Blair the Flair Cobbs, welterweight contender. God damn it, give that man a fight. Give that man a fight, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Absolutely. I'm starving, baby. Let's get it.
Let's get it.